Here. Member Allen.
Present.
Secretary Morgan.
Present.
Vice President Dumas.
Yes, present.
President Suggs.
Yes,
Mr.
present.
There are 5 members present.
With 5 members present, we have quorum and thus a legal meeting. At this point, I'd like to do the swearing in of our newest member.
I believe Ms. Becker's been sworn in.
So we just have to read the oath.
So
or
yeah,
adopt the oath.
we can read the oath. So and welcome her.
She can read the oath.
Well, just so perhaps so she's been sworn in this morning. So I can say the percentage.
Please.
So okay, so she has just joined us as city controller after our esteemed controller retired. And so what that oath says is that she's fulfilling the remaining parts of the unfulfilled term of 4 years.
Yes.
And her term starts today, lasts until the end of 2027, which is also the end of the mayor's term, the mayor's first term of me in office. So that's essentially what it says. And she agrees to uphold the law, etc.
So there's no real formal action we need to take?
No. She's appointed and we just welcome her in.
You're
Welcome.
Hello. Thank you.
Item number 3 on our agenda is the approval of the meeting minutes from our April 1st meeting. I'll entertain a motion.
So move.
Second.
Motion to approve has been moved and properly second. Discussion on this motion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
The minutes have been approved. Item number 4 is claims.
Today we have claims that are up for approval. We have the listing for April 8th, 2026. Approval of claims to be paid on April 10th, 2026. We have the general fund, $255,619.66. We have special revenue, $89,007.19. We have other banks, $42,492.20, for a total claims amount to be paid of $387,119.05. I'd like to make a motion that we accept claims to be paid on April 10th, 2026 in the amount of $387,119.05.
Second.
There's a motion on the floor to approve claims payable April 10th, 2026. Has been properly seconded. Discussion on this motion? May we have roll call for approval, please?
Member Beck. Yes. Oh, yes. Member Allen.
Yes.
Secretary Morgan.
Yes.
Vice President Dumas.
Yes.
President Suggs.
Yes.
Mr. President, the vote is 5 yes, 0 no.
With a vote of 5 yes and 0 against, claims payable April 10th, 2026 have been approved.
Next, we have ratification of claims for April 8th, 2026. General fund total amount is $59,528.06. I'd like to make a motion that we accept ratification of claims for April 8th in the amount of $59,528.06 with the general fund.
Second.
There's a motion on the floor to ratify claims payable April 8th. It's been properly seconded. Discussion on this motion? Hearing no discussion, may we have roll call, please?
Member Beck. Yes. Member Allen.
Yes.
Secretary Morgan.
Yes.
Vice President Dumas.
Yes.
President Suggs.
Yes.
Mr. President, vote is 5 yes, 0 no.
With a vote of 5 yes and 0 against, ratification of claims payable April 8th, 2026 has been approved.
And last, we have ratification of payroll for April 8th, 2026. Total to be paid, $129,741.47. I'd like to make a motion that we accept ratification of payroll for April 8th, 2026. Total amount, $129,741.47.
Second.
There's a motion on the floor to pay ratification of payroll April 8th, 2026. It's been properly second. Any discussion on this motion? Hearing no discussion, may we have roll call, please?
Member Beck? Yes. Member Allen?
Yes.
Secretary Morgan?
Yes.
Vice President Dumas?
Yes.
President Suggs?
Yes.
Mr. President, the vote is 5 yes, 0 no.
With a vote of 5 yes and 0 against, ratification of payroll payable April 8th, 2026 has been approved.
Mr. President, that concludes claims.
Thank you, sir. Item number 5 on our agenda, correspondence and agreements.
Yes, Mr. President. The first correspondence we have is by way of the Police Department, Chief Derek Cannon Senior, dated for April 6, 2026. Please be advised the following notations and adjustments should be made effective April 2nd, 2026. With the certified and approved promotional list from the commission, Lieutenant Brian Farrell is promoted to the rank of captain. With the promotion of Captain Farrell, Sergeant Douglas Drummond is promoted to the rank of lieutenant, and with the promotion of Lieutenant Drummond, Corporal Aaron Allen is promoted to sergeant. With open positions of corporal, Patrolman Andrew Isaac, thank you so much. Appreciate that, Isaac. And Patrolman Tyler Knotts are promoted to corporal. All proper documentation has been signed. I move to accept the promotions and rank for the Gary Police Department.
Second.
There's a motion on the floor that has been properly second to accept the promotion of personnel action from Chief Derek Cannon. Any discussion on the motion?
Would Chief Cannon like to say a few words?
Good morning, Board of Works. Thank you.
Good morning.
Just to say that the police department is growing and the fact that we do have promotions and open positions. These are very important, critical to our agency as they provide leadership in certain areas to make sure that the workforce competes in an efficient manner.
Okay. And just so the public knows, because we have civil service, people have to test into those positions, and then, their service record does matter. So congratulations to everyone who succeeded in getting this promotion, and we think you're doing a great job running the department, so thank you.
Thank you, Corporation Counsel. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? Thank you, sir. May we have roll call for approval, please?
Member Beck? Yes. Member Allen?
Yes.
Secretary Morgan?
Yes.
Vice President Dumas?
Yes.
President Suggs?
Yes.
Mr. President, the vote is 5 yes, 0 no.
With a vote of 5 yes and 0 against, the promotion of personnel, Mr. Brian Farrell, Mr. Douglas Drummond, Mr. Aaron Allen, Patrolman Andrew Pysick, and Patrolman Tyler Knotts has been approved.
Mr. President, next correspondence we have is by way of the Public Works Department, dated for April 6, 2026. The following addresses have submitted residential handicap parking sign new, 1005 or 1005 Clinton Street. Proper documentation has been verified. Required fees will be paid upon approval. I move to approve the residential handicap parking sign new for the said address.
There's a motion on the floor to approve handicap parking sign new for 1005 Clinton Street in Gary, Indiana. Is there a second to the motion?
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded. Any discussion on this motion? Roll call for approval, please.
Member Beck? Yes. Member Allen?
Yes.
Secretary Morgan?
Yes.
Vice President Dumas?
Yes.
President Suggs?
Yes.
President, vote is 5 yes, 0 no.
With a vote of 5 yes and 0 against, the handicap parking new for 1005 Clinton Street in Gary has been approved.
Mr. President, next correspondence we have is also by the Public Works Department, residential handicap parking sign renewals. The following addresses have presented applications for renewals of residential pavement parking signage: 750 Hanley Street, 339 Dallas Street. Proper documentation has been verified. Required fees will be paid upon approval. I move to approve the residential handicap parking sign renewals.
It's a motion on the floor to approve handicap parking sign renewals for 750 Hanley and 339 Dallas Street. May I have a second?
Second.
Been moved and properly seconded. Any discussion on the motion? May we have roll call, please?
Member Beck? Yes. Member Allen?
Yes.
Secretary Morgan?
Yes.
Vice President Dumas?
Yes.
President Suggs?
Yes.
Mr. President, the vote is 5 yes, 0 no.
With a vote of 5 yes and 0 against, the handicap renewal signs for 750 Hanley and 339 Dallas has been approved.
Mr. President, this correspondence we have is by way of the Community Development Department. This is for, apologize, I'm just making sure I got the right. Steel City Group. The city's financial support for 62 student athletes from Gary will represent the city in the 2026 National All-Star Tournaments in Covington, Louisiana. And where's that at? The boat? Louisiana. The total not to exceed amount is $15,000. The memo is not right, but the contract appears to be. You see it? Okay. Of course, this amount did not cover the entire cost of the trip. It's just a part of the total projected expenses for the total trip. To be transparent, the total trip projected expenses is $55,895. The city of Gary is supporting a portion of the trip to help these student athletes get to this trip, all being Gary students. At this time, I move to approve the contract for not to exceed amount of $15,000.
Second.
There's a motion on the floor that has been properly seconded to approve the donation to the Steel City Basketball National All-Star Tournament in Covington, Louisiana. Any discussion on the motion? Ms. Reed, is there any detail that you can have? I see Ms. Johnson's not here.
No, she said she had to work. What's the
question? They did go, it was, they did go, they went to 2 different tournaments, all 62 kids participated, I think they won second place in one and third place in another. So she just was requesting assistance for the balance that she still had from the trip. She did receive a lot of donations, and the $15,000 was what was left.
what was the age range of the kids?
From 7 to 14.
It's wonderful. If you would share with Ms. Johnson how proud we are to have the opportunity to support, and would love to hear directly from her at some point. Any additional discussion? May we have roll call for approval, please?
Member Beck?
Yes.
Member Allen?
Yes.
Secretary Morgan?
Yes.
Vice President Dumas?
Yes.
President Suggs?
Yes.
President votes 5 yes, 0 no.
With a vote of 5 yes and 0 against, the motion to approve the supplemental support for the National All-Star Tournament in Louisiana has been approved.
President, the next correspondence is by way first of the Legacy Foundation. It is a, I don't have to, you guys have it, your Legacy, that's the Legacy side group. I'm talking about the Legacy Foundation contract. I know we talked about it, but I'll just read it because I remember it. The Legacy Foundation is providing a grant from the Knight Foundation for funds. I believe, you remember the dollar amount? I don't have it in front of me. The $90,000, not to exceed $90,000 for a project in which 12 and 20, and I believe that's Louisiana Street, over Vidoc, Alabama. Thank you. Look at it. Alabama, the over Vidoc overpass or rail line will be painted, and a new sign will be put up, as well as murals on the side walls. So this project, the Legacy Foundation is assisting in the city in funding to do so. So the first motion is to approve the Legacy Foundation grant agreement.
So motion on the floor to approve the Legacy Foundation grant.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. Discussion, additional discussion on the motion?
Yeah, I think Carla has something. Do you want to go first?
You can go first.
Okay, just for the public, this is just a part of the mayor and the whole city of Gary's initiative to beautify Gary. So as our chief of staff mentioned, this is an overpass where the train tracks are, so it'll be sandblasted, painted, we'll have a mural. And, based on the contract and the research that was done, this is an area where 24,000 cars pass daily. So it's a really good project, and I'm excited to kick it off and see what it looks like after. So we have some really good sketches, so I'm excited for it.
I was gonna add that we got paperwork on it in our previous packet,
Mhm.
and I didn't bring
That packet,
that
that's why I said it
paperwork,
was.
but we reviewed it before, so.
Thank you.
You know, I think in lieu of the trip that we took as a cabinet on the South Shore and seeing the opportunity to beautify from a visual aspect on the South Shore, the city of Gary, I did notice that this track actually has tracks extended over the South Shore track, so maybe we can look at extending that because it's the same actual
Bridge. We, Mr. Will, and the engineer, we did have a conversation with Nick D. In order to do that portion, there's a lot of other steps that have to take place first. We have to get permission from Nick D to de-energize the trail line track line in order to do it. So that would have to be like a phase 2, in order to get this portion done within a timely manner of which we have the grant funds. We're gonna proceed with over the roadway first and then go into that phase.
I imagine the NICD phase would have to take place at night.
Mhm.
Trains
Correct.
start running, until like midnight to 5 a.m. or something.
That's correct.
Oh, okay. You must have talked to somebody.
No, I rode that train for a long time.
That's exactly what needs to happen.
That's what. Any timing on the schedule for this work?
So, once all approved and we have the green lights, the last step is we have to get the NDOT, traffic control plan finalized. And, I believe we have to have 5 consecutive days above 50 degrees in order for them to start painting. So, our hopes is to start within the next 30 to 60 days, but we're at the mercy of the weather as well as, working with the state on the traffic control plan.
Kate, artwork to go over the bridge, for a total not to exceed $20,703. Any discussion on this motion? May we have roll call, please?
Member Beck?
Yes.
Member Allen?
Yes.
Secretary Morgan?
Yes.
Vice President Dumas?
Yes.
President Self?
Yes.
Mr. President, votes 5 yes, 0 no.
With a vote of 5 yes and 0 against, the Legacy Group signage proposal has been approved.
The next correspondence, also again tying to the bridge project, is for Merit Decorating. Merit Decorating is the company that will sandblast and paint the bridge over the roadway. This will include painting east and west sides, full sanding and rust coating for steel upper rails, finish coating on both sides underneath the steel structure, and all labor and materials included the lift rental. The total not to exceed amount is $49,200 for both sides. Of course, this pricing does not include the traffic plan. I move to approve the contract for Merit Decorating.
Second.
There's a motion on the floor that has been properly seconded to approve the contract for services between the city of Gary and Merit Decorating. This contract is not to exceed $49,200. Discussion on the motion? May we have roll call, please?
Member Beck?
Yes.
Member Allen?
Yes.
Secretary Morgan?
Yes.
Vice President Dumas?
Yes.
President Self?
Yes.
President votes 5 yes, 0 no.
With a vote of 5 yes and 0 against, the contract for services with the city of Gary and Merit Decorating has been approved.
Okay, next, Mr. President, we have correspondence from the law department. First up, we have a contract for sewage and plumbing services with Myers Company. And this is for the police department gun range. The contractor is gonna run a sewer line to the gun range and replace it's gonna replace existing septic tank. They're gonna connect the building plumbing to the new sewer, run new water line, from the existing water feed. They're gonna connect water to the new water feed. And there's more details in Exhibit 3. The term of the contract will be from today and expiring on completion of the work, but shall not last longer will not go past June 30, 2026. The amount not to exceed is $11,425. So with that, I move that we approve this contract for Myers Plumbing to replace septic with the sewer line at the Police Department gun range for an amount not to exceed $11,425.
There's a motion on the floor to approve the contract for septic tank and sewer line ran at the 2702 West 35th location, the Gary Police Department gun range. Is there a second in this motion?
Second.
Been moved and properly second. Any discussion on the motion?
Chief Cannon.
Yes,
would you
sir.
like to say something?
Good morning again.
Good morning.
Just wanted to kind of highlight what we have, project we have going on at the gun range. The conditions over there, the trailer that we were in was kind of in deplorable condition, and it was actually falling in on itself. We entered into a project where we ended up getting a new trailer put out there that is probably 3 times the size of the other one that was there. This is also important not only for our members of our public to have a safe facility to be able to be in, but we also rent that facility out, but we do get money back into the city for the renting of that facility. With reference to the lines being ran, just keeping in contact, keeping in position with how the city is moving as far as getting away from septic systems and going into sewer. We're just trying to be in line with that as well as we continue this project.
Any questions for Chief?
Do you have any other questions?
Thank you, sir. May we have roll call for approval, please?
Member Beck?
Yes.
Member Allen?
Yes.
Secretary Morgan?
Yes.
Vice President Dumas?
Yes.
President Suggs?
Yes.
President votes 5 yes, 0 no.
With a vote of 5 yes and 0 against, the contract for sewage and plumbing services between the City of Gary and Myers Companies not to exceed the amount of $11,425 has been approved.
Okay, next we have a contract with with JQOL Design, which is located in Allison Point Boulevard I'm confused, it's in Indianapolis. But the contract is for topographic surveys on the site located at 2153 to 2195 Washington Street, which I believe is Brothers Keeper. And they will complete this work by the end of this year, December 31st, 2026. The amount not to exceed in this contract is $6,900. So with that, I move that we approve this contract with JQOL for an amount not to exceed $6,900 for topographic survey for 2153 to 2195 Washington Street.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second to approve this contract for services to produce a topographic survey for the City of Gary from JQOL Services. Any discussion on the motion? May we have roll call, please?
Member Beck?
Yes.
Member Allen?
Yes.
Secretary Morgan?
Yes.
Vice President Dumas?
Yes.
President Suggs?
Yes.
Mr. President, votes 5 yes, 0 no.
With a vote of 5 yes and 0 against, the contract for topographic survey between the City of Gary and JQOL agreement has been approved.
Mr. President, the next contract is also with JQOL. It's also for topographic survey. The address in this contract, though, is wrong. This contract should actually be for similar services on Jefferson Street, and the amount not to exceed is $6,900. So, before I make the motion, is there anyone here who can speak to the exact right address? So, with that, I move that we approve this contract for $6,900 for topographical services for locations on Jefferson Street, provided that we get.
Yes.
Well, should we have her come up and discuss?
After we vote on the motion, we can.
So I made the motion.
There's a motion on the floor to approve topographic surveying work between the City of Gary and JQOL Services. It's been moved and properly second. In discussion on the motion, if you could come up and share
Yeah, if you
the
come up to
project and
the
location.
podium and.
Good morning,
This is
board
animal
members. This project is for the animal control facility. So it is on Jefferson Street, we have multiple projects going on at Jefferson Street. But this will be for the, and I don't know the exact addresses, but it,
9th and Jefferson.
Yeah, it's 9th and Jefferson, but I believe we're gonna stick with the 900. I think it was like 912, 950, oh, we did 950, yeah. 950 Jefferson Street was the address we're going to label on official record, so that it's nice and even. But I think it was like a hyphenated, like 925 through 50.
it won't be hyphenated.
But we are going 50,
Yes.
yes.
The north part of that plat, it was subdivided at one point. Has that been?
There is one parcel that is not owned by the city, so that will remain in
Okay.
private ownership. The rest is all owned by the city.
Okay, I saw some stakes out there the other day. Is that the starting of the surveying?
There's probably, yes.
Okay, thank
Short
you.
answer is yes.
Great.
Separately, can we talk about the one parcel, cause maybe the law department can help with that,
Of course.
fire. I'd like to amend my motion.
Please.
Include the address, of 950 Jefferson Street, substituting out the Washington Street address as listed for this contract. So that's my amended motion.
Okay. Any additional discussion? Thank you, Ms. Sharp. May we have roll call for approval, please?
Member Beck?
Yes.
Member Allen?
Yes.
Secretary Morgan?
Yes.
Vice President Loomis?
Yes.
President Tuck?
Yes.
President votes 5 yes, 0 no.
With a vote of 5 yes and 0 against, the topographic survey contract between the City of Gary and JQOL for 950 Jefferson Street in the City of Gary has been approved. Is that you now? Pardon?
Yeah, well, the next contract, is Vertisoft for the OpenGov software.
Oh,
I move the table.
I know that we have a meeting coming to kind of fine tune what we do with that. I think that Mr. Ofori is here, I don't know if. you
Yeah,
wanna
wanna
have
come up
him
and talk,
speak.
say anything? Me neither. That's why I was gonna take it.
I mean, I don't have another, it's table.
If there's something that you want, you feel like you need it in regards to this Vertisoft,
Okay. So right now, Vertisoft is a reseller for OpenGov software. Currently, OpenGov is our permanent licensing software. We're kind of late because the renewal was on March 1st, now we're in April. So we need to come with a decision fast. We have no decision. It's either that or we don't have no software.
oh, okay, this is not the other program.
This is the, so there's a meeting, Mr. Suggs has asked for, departments to come together and kind of explain their experience with
So
OpenGov so
understand,
that
but
we
right
can.
now, we
Is
need
it-
OpenGov.
Okay, so,
We can talk about fixing issues, but right now we need the software to be live.
so have they given you a cutoff date?
They're working with us, but we need it's been April, it started at March, it needed to do for the renewal.
is this a 1-year contract?
Yeah, always a 3-year contract, but we have to pay, that's how their structure is set up. We've been doing like that for the last 5, 6 years. So, they don't do annual, they do that, so, and I got the best price. But we do have the ability to separate. Yes. At will. Yep. And do have if you don't no longer need services, we do have a 60-day to notify them that we no longer, want to use the software. That we want to make sure that was in the contract and we talked to legal.
Mm-hmm. I rescind my motion. Move to approve the software purchase. As it stated, it's a 1 year, $94,394.96. Second year, $99,114.71, and the third year, $104,007.50. So a total $297,508.17 over the course of 3 years, with of course proper outcourses if necessary.
There's a motion on the floor to approve the software purchase with Vertisoft for the Open Gov contract with a 1 annual purchase of $94,394.96. Is there a second?
Second.
Been moved and properly second. Discussion on the motion.
So even though in the contract it states 3 years, do we still, by habit, renew the contract every year, even though this one states for 3? So what we do when we do another PO, we just use that same contract to get a purchase order. Okay. Okay. Cause yeah, right now, I guess just for this year with our QC 40, it just reflects the 94K.
Yeah, we just do every time we do a QC 40 to reflect on that next payment. That
Okay.
next price.
If, so there's multiple ways to cancel. We can give the 60 days notice, but if, there's no appropriation for this for future years, then, you know, there's a clause in the contract, the contract is null and void if we don't have the money for it.
Okay. No
Any-
other question?
Any additional questions? May we have roll call, please?
Member Beck,
Yes?
Member Allen,
Yes.
Secretary Morgan,
Abstain.
Vice President Dumas,
Yes.
President Jones.
Yes.
Mr. President, there are 4 yes and 1 abstention.
With a vote of 4 yes and 1 abstention, the motion carries for the renewal of the service purchase contract between the City of Gary and Vertisoft for the purchase for open government.
Next, Mr. President, I move to table the proposed contract with Ascension Street Public Safety Medical. There are some adjustments that need to be made to the figures in the contract, so hopefully we can revisit it at the next meeting, but I move to table it.
Second.
There's a motion on the floor and has been properly seconded to table the contract between the City of Gary and St. Vincent Health.
Second.
Any discussion on the motion?
Just that the law department, is gonna make the adjustments and bring it back as soon as possible.
All in favor of the table motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion has been tabled.
Okay, so next we have an amendment to a contract with WDI Architecture Incorporated. So I believe this is the architecture firm who's doing the, animal control? Okay, so, we have previously approved a contract for $215,240 that began on October 1st, 2025, and it will run until September 30, 2026. The city now desires to include geotechnical engineering services for an additional sum not to exceed $7,187.50 as requested by the Gary Police Department, whereas the compensation amount will increase from the $215,240 in the original contract to $222,427.50. This amended to contract, and the contractor agrees. What do we got?
Nothing, they're just leaving.
Okay. Agrees to provide additional geotechnical engineering services until the additional $7,187.50 balance is exhausted. So sections 6.1 and section 4 are gonna change in the contract as follows. We have 6.1 and 1.6, but I'm gonna read the new language. The contractor agrees to mow and maintain for the duration of the contract vacant lots and easements, remove weeds from the sidewalks and easements, clear debris and excess vegetation from the vacant lots or avenues in the various areas of the city on an as-needed basis as determined by the city, which shall be communicated to the contractor in writing. The section 4 will be changed to read, this contract should be a term commencing on the effective date, which was October 1st, 2025. It shall terminate on September 30th or whenever funds are exhausted. So those are the amendments to the contract with WDI Architecture. I move that we approve the update to the contract, including the addition of $7,187.50, which is less than the 20%, and that's my motion.
Second.
There's a motion on the floor and it's been properly seconded between the city of Gary and the architectural contract with WDI Architecture. May we have roll call for approval?
Well, I had a little discussion.
Oh, I thought,
Is that,
additional.
in the future, when there's change orders or amendments to the contract, we need a sheet that says what percentage the contract is being changed by, so that it's clear that we're within the 20% allowed by law, and that's 20% up or down, actually, you have to.
Is that something that Public Works can ensure that we get that?
Yeah, but the department asking for the change is who should provide it to Public Works.
Right.
So we have a change order document, we can just edit that to be a supplemental change document.
That would be great.
Any additional discussion?
Yeah, I apologize to my board members. So the QC 40 that I see attached in the back is for $500,000, and that one is signed back in September. But there's a new one for the 222 that's unsigned. So I just want to understand. I think they stepped out, but is that an additional amount?
I don't have, can I see a copy of it, because I don't have it.
I just want to ensure that the funds are available. This project has been going on for a while. So if the last signed QC 40 that we have is for September, I would like someone in finance to be able to take a look at that spend account, just to make sure we're covered.
So, sorry, go ahead. I don't know if you can clarify.
I'll check with finance.
So I'm looking at it, it looks like, what it is, so if you look at the, what page is this? The form for the, let me see. So we have the updated QC 40, and that kind of spells out that there's the $7,187.50 change. The initial contract with WDI, the total allotted from city funds, from this portion of the city funds, was for architectural designs. The total project, I believe they allocated for it. Brothers Keeper was 500 something. So initially it was $222,000. $222,427.50. I'm sorry. Yeah, right?
That includes the increase.
That includes the increase. So initially what they had appropriated was $215,240. The $7,000 change order, which is less than the 20% of that amount, is $222,427.50 to include the geotech soil boring pieces. That does not still exceed the 20%, nor does it exceed the total $500 that was allotted for the project. There's a portion of the rest of the funds of this cost project that's coming out of CDBG or community development funds, emergency shelter, appropriation funds. So there's still a lot of piece of it that you won't see this particular QC 40 contain, because it's two pots of money. It's ARPA money, and then it's community development money. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I can accept that, but administratively.
And I have an additional question. Is this real time sensitive, or would everything be okay if we hold it till next week?
It's time sensitive,
This is time sensitive with the shelter.
because they have to do a geotax, and it's, remember, they have to have all this ARPA money spent by the end of the year.
Yeah, that I understand. Even if we pass it today, we may amend it again to make sure everything is right if we can't hold it till next week.
It's like, is a week too much? It
Yeah,
needs to be-
they need to get the borings, geotech borings done so that they can start breaking ground in order to be done, and the facility has to be occupied by the end of the year. So they have the construct, and they still have to go to bid on the actual construction. Remember, the architect is doing the design and cost price out for that to bid, so we have 30 days to wait for the bid to come back.
Okay, so, I'm just gonna reiterate that, you know, we gotta move it forward today, fine, but we're gonna come back and make sure all the paperwork is exactly right at next week's meeting.
Okay, and just to clarify, Controller Beck, the thing that you have shared is that the QC just wasn't signed, the revised QC.
Yes, because the only QC that we have is back from September.
September.
For a different
25.
amount. Same fund, different amount.
And your issue is that without the signature, you don't have any assurance that it's accurate.
Absolutely.
And the money's really there.
But we have the 500,000, which it was originally to be 215,000, so an additional of 7,000.
But with no eyes on that account,
Yes.
Yeah, who knows if that money has been spent between September and now.
Engineering.
that is the purpose
So
of
yeah,
these boards.
we just need updated verification that the funds are there.
Absolutely.
So,
I think that's a good idea to go ahead and pass it, but just in case someone is looking for funds.
Yeah,
he's turning into streetlights.
yeah, we can,
An engineer.
whatever the difference is, we know where it can go.
So noted that there may be an opportunity to do it again. Would you roll call, please?
Member Beck,
Abstain.
Member Allen,
Yes.
Secretary Morgan,
Yes?
Vice President Dumas.
Yes.
President Suggs.
Yes,
As president, the vote is 4 yes and 1 abstention.
with a vote of 4 yes and 1 abstention, the amended contract has been approved.
Mr. President, that concludes correspondence from the law department.
Thank you. Item number 6 on our agenda is unfinished business. Is there any unfinished business that needs to go before the board? Item 7, new business. Is there any new business that needs to go before the board? I'm looking at the list for public comment. I see no signature, but I certainly would like to open the floor if there's anyone who would like to offer comments before the board. I will entertain a motion for adjournment, item number 9.
So moved.
There's a motion on the floor. May I have a second? All in favor say aye. Aye. This meeting has been adjourned.